Now,
Really?
this is the conversation that I try to have with every customer who I know has an internet price. Now, if they just walk in off the street, and there's no hint that they've been on the internet, I will not have this conversation. But that's a very small percentage of the customers, I might add. I want to have this conversation early. If I wait until I'm presenting the numbers, it can too often be seen as a negotiating ploy as opposed to a testimony to how things are. I always start out the conversation exactly the same way. I use a line that Bo used. I'd say, hey Dave, last time you bought a car, how long ago was it?
4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years ago. Dave, when you bought that vehicle, did you have to negotiate with the car salesman or the management team in order to get yourself a fair discount?
I did.
And how much fun was that, Dave?
It was absolutely no fun.
Maybe a waste of time?
Absolutely.
Did you ever wonder why the dealership just didn't give you the price they could sell the car for right off the bat to make it a much more pleasant and faster experience?
I wish they would, but they never do.
Well, they never did. Okay, they do now. Lots of changes have taken place, and changes have taken place, Dave, for the reason that most changes take place. They've been forced upon the entire industry, not just us at Paul Miller Ford. The entire industry has to live with a new set of rules. The discount that you used to have to fight for is now given to you before you ever set foot on the property, because if you don't get the discount before you set foot on the property, you don't set foot on the property. If we don't deeply discount our vehicles when we put them on the internet, our phones don't ring, the email inboxes don't fill up, and nobody shows up. So what you had to go through in the past, you don't have to go through anymore. Now, here's a wild fact. It used to be that our management team would bring the vehicles in, whether we took them in on trade or bought them at the auction, and then price them based on what they thought they could get for them. That doesn't take place anymore. Now, sophisticated third-party software is used. It matches up every vehicle we have in our inventory with every other like vehicle like it in a 500-mile radius. Because we are a volume-driven store, the way we set up the algorithms is we are going to be either the lowest or the second lowest or the third lowest. We're going to be among the lowest priced vehicles in a huge market area. Now, why do we do that? Because we don't want profit? No, we don't do it that way at all. We do it that way because that's what it takes to attract people to our store. I'm going to guess that we weren't the only store that you shopped, correct?
You're right.
You probably saw lots of other vehicles out there.
I did.
And if the vehicle we have didn't interest you, or the vehicle we had was priced too high, we wouldn't be having this conversation, would we? Would we?
You're right.
And here's the bottom line, Dave. Here's what's in it for you, because that's what it's all about now. What's in it for you is this is going to be the most pleasant and the fastest purchase experience of your entire life. Because what you had to go through last time, you don't have to go through again. Now, why don't we go out and make sure the vehicle's right, because there's no such thing as a good deal on the wrong car, is there?
That's right.
Let's go check it out.
I'm sorry, Mr. Steve.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't let Steve.
Look, I'm trying to get over my allergy cough, and you guys make me laugh. And I cough. All right. Now, is that going to stop 100% of the people from negotiating?
No.
Hell no. Okay? And I'm pretty good at this stuff. You guys are going to get pretty good at this stuff too. But here's what happens. You will get a percentage of the people who will go, okay, gee, God, did you hear that? We can get out of here fast. A percentage of the people will buy into that because, did I tell the truth today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did tell the truth today.
And they do one out fast, too.
No, look,
Yeah.
consumers have wanted to buy cars faster for years, and haven't we wanted to sell cars faster for years?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's good for both of us. But if the process never changes, the speed of the sale never changes. So if the customer still thinks, because as Andre said, we've programmed them, if they still think they have to negotiate at the end of the damn sales process, it's not going to speed it up. They don't need to negotiate. Do we have to discount the vehicle to get people in?
Yes.
Yes, we do. That's the truth. Do we use sophisticated third-party software to price our vehicles?
Yes.
Yes, we do. So, here's what happens. You'll get, and we're going to practice this, you'll get a percentage of the people that will not negotiate. I don't know what that percentage will be. It'll be based on the quality of your presentation. All right? Others will still make a half-hearted attempt. They'll say, Andre, come on, you can do better than that. And you'll know what to say. You'll know to say, Steve, we talked about this about an hour and a half ago, okay? I told you that this was going to be the most pleasant and the fastest purchase experience of your life because we pre-discounted it before you ever got here. I appreciate you asking for another discount because that's the way we've done it in the past. But guess what? You don't have to. I need your okay right here. I mean, it gives you a real quick second close. And a percentage of those people will close. All right? There'll be a percentage that, well, Steve, I appreciate all the bullshit you gave me an hour and a half ago. However, I know how this works. Well, now we've got to justify the price or the payment or the trade, whatever it is, as opposed to negotiate it. When you negotiate it, what happens? Does the price ever go up?
No.
That's a little hoping for customers to lose ground.
When you negotiate it, you're going to lose some gross profit, period, end of sentence. When you justify it,
The restroom.
no problem. We'll break in just a second. When you justify it, you don't lose whatever gross profit you've got built in there. Okay, justifications are a little bit more, it's more difficult than a negotiation. A negotiation's fairly easy. Well, I tell you what, Andre, we're at 19,006. Let me go see what I can do. And I go see Richard. Richard goes, let's try them at 19.3. So so that's easy shit to do. And there will be times when you're going to have to do that. I don't care how good you get at this. There some people just will not buy unless they get a win. True?
Amen.
Yeah. So we just need to make sure the wins are as small as we can make them. And the more people we can help justify the number.
It's all about perception.
Well, we talked about this first 2 days. Good deal, state of mind.
Yeah.
We are in charge of the customer's state of mind.
So
Okay.
that goes back to your presentation, right?
The better presentation we make, the more effective we are. A good salesman's income is based on the quality of the presentations he or she makes. And that presentation is not just of the automobile, it's of themselves, it's of Paul Miller, it's of the numbers, it's the presentations they make when they're handling objections. It's a series of presentations that we make. All right, let's break for about 10 minutes.